Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So we propose that every month, a select group of students we meet up with the deputy head to discuss their teachers. So for example, if their teachers are not motivated, they're not going to be motivated either. And they'd ask them, are the teachers enthusiastic? Are they learning? So, yes, so the meeting would improve teacher motivation and student motivation. Alternatively, you could have a suggestion box outside the classroom. So you can put in an anonymous note saying, I don't know what you're doing. And the cons are, the students might not necessarily be honest with what they're saying, and if the teacher found out that they were saying bad things about them, they might not get on very well. And it could take a long time to arrange these meetings. The solution is, I feel that in a face-to-face discussion, you're less likely to lie, or the deputy head might realise that you're lying. And yeah, you don't necessarily have to put your name down. So in the meeting, in the morning meeting, obviously the deputy head teacher would know who you are, but the other teachers won't necessarily find out who you are. So you can say things about them without them knowing. And it's only once a month, so it's not going to take up too much of your own time, and I think it's a worthwhile investment. I've already said that.
So the next thing we thought that would improve the motivation would be a work period, and the teachers issue work to complete in work periods so that we have less homework and less stress and more relaxation. And by work period we mean allocated time during the school day where students can complete their homework assignments or they can just learn.
Yeah, there are also cons about it. The first one is that the students have longer school days or less lesson or less free time. The second one is that the students might not do anything in these period, and the teacher may not work more because they have to watch the students during this work period. And our solution for these are, for the long school days, we have that the students have less homeworks and therefore relatively little to do at home. They also have to hand in their work, so if isn't it complete, it will become a homework, and which you have to do at home. And for the teachers, they will be prepared to volunteer time.
So to implement this, we thought about the homework club, and there you can do your homework with teachers who help you, and they can give you specific assignments and like give you individual help so that you don't have to do it at home.
Okay, so the next big point is that we want to give students a choice. We want to make them do choices, and they can decide how they want to make their homework and how they want to learn. For example, some students might prefer to listen to music while working, or watching movies about how exactly your theory works instead of just reading a book. Others might find it preferable to work with a computer instead of just writing it down.
The cons are, it would be hard to supervise everyone when they're doing different things. So some students might use a system, and not everyone wants to do the same things. It might be the case that too many people want to do too many different things.
Okay, so the solution is that if a student abuses the system, he or she would get less options to choose from on how to work, so that students get motivated to actually do, not abuse it. And well, the other students that pick too many different things, they can just compromise with each other so that we still have enough stuff.
Cool. So, at the start of each lesson, the teacher will tell the students what's available to use. For example, there might be an IT suite or a library where they can study by themselves. And so at the beginning of the lesson, the students can decide for themselves what they want to do. So if they don't want to sit and listen to the teacher talk to them about quantum mechanics, they don't have to, they can read it from the textbook.
Okay, so tracking progress is another very important aspect of our solution, because we want to keep students updated on how their studies are going and how their social life is going. A few times per month, students will come together with their tutors and they will discuss how it's going, and they will get motivated because they can see they're actually progressing or degressing, in which case they should work on. Okay, so the cons about this, it probably takes a lot of time for the teachers because it is a really big project, and perhaps the students might find it too much pressure if they can actually see what they are doing. Okay, but the solution, well, it's only once per month for one student, so it doesn't take too much time, and it is a worthwhile investment. So pupils can set their goals, so they might set a bit lower goals, so they don't have too much pressure, or might set a bit of a higher goal if they feel they are not that motivated to do anything. The implementation, every month the student and teacher will have a one-on-one meeting, and these are mandatory because they are too important to miss. The meetings will last a maximum of 5 minutes and would occur throughout the duration of the months. Also, students will receive tracking reports so they can again see what they are actually doing.
We all know how important peer support is, and we have a kind of a system that we want to talk about. It's what I used to do, and we think it can be a good thing that we can develop in more schools and worldwide in other countries. So when I have breaks, I often use them to go out and motivate other students when I know they not feel that really motivated to go to school, and they tell me I don't want to go on this lesson and so on. And then I try to convince them to go to school and go to the lessons and so on. And this is something that of course doesn't always work, but I'm still doing what I can, and I'm trying to help them to make the best decision. This system is where a lot of my free time and my breaks is I use them to support other peers, to make them more motivated, and I do that with my thoughts and with my motivation. And I never force someone to anything. I just try to convince them to do what they really want to do, if they really think they should be doing. And I'm just doing that by trying to give them advice. And yes, I also use social media. I also think it's a good point where you can express the motivation, because I know a lot of people is following me and they are taking a lot of motivation because I'm sharing motivation with other people, and I know that it's a good thing, and I know a lot of people is enjoying that I'm doing it, and I'm getting a lot of good critics for that I'm doing it as well. And this is not to praise me as a person, this is just a system that I think can be very useful, so just note that. And what you have to do is that you just have to use share your experience with other people, and you share your thoughts with others to help them. And what you get from this is that you get a lot of friends, and you get a lot of happiness and love, and good things just keeps on going. It's so many good things by doing these things. But of course, it's a very big risk to open up yourself for other people. But if you may think like this, what you do by may save someone else's scholarship, and that's why I'm doing it, and that's why I think you should be doing it as well. Because imagine if we will be the person who want to give up or something, and then the only thing we really need to hear is to get the faith and gets to hear something good from another person. So that's what we should be thinking of. And I have a vision that, or we have a vision that the school staff and we as peers can create a group with people that will be working as when during the breaks they will be going around in the school, not just like themselves, but they have like assignments to go out and like talk to people and see if they need any help and so on with their motivation and so on. To make this idea to a bigger idea, it takes that school is making a very good cooperation with the peers, but also split the responsibility to that the peers needs to do a lot of good things, and the teachers and the staff also need to do a lot of good things. And to make sure that the pupils will join this group, we think that it's a good idea that the school is offering something that they can add to their personal statement. They can get, they can get whatever they want, but it's something that they will get motivated off because of that they're doing this thing. And the plan is that the pupils will have a meeting with the teachers once a month to discuss the situation, which people is the most in need of to talk with and so on. And the plan is also that this pupil will get a structured schedule with the areas of the pupil that they should support for the moment. And this pupil who does this shall also be offered meetings with the counselor to get support and help and advice in general, but specifically in the work they're doing with other people. And to take the conclusion, we have heard a lot of good ideas today, and you have heard our ideas, and I think you see what we're doing this week have been so many good ideas, and I think we have all the access and all the things that we can do it. It just takes that we need to execute and do the things, and like now we have a plan, now we have a structure where we can do and use these ideas, like turn them into reality instead of just having them as thoughts and like make something out of them. And I think we can, we have a lot of good ideas where you guys can go out and go home, and I'm very motivated to go home and like try to make my school to a better place, and hopefully I can get in other peers that will help me to do it as well. And I just want to tell you everyone here at I wanted to be very proud of this week, because I'm very proud of the effort you put in this week for this, what we're doing here. We should all be very proud, because no one does what we do here. We need to be very, very proud of that. And I'm so happy and thankful that I've been able to be here with you this week. And we will change the world to a better place because of what you're doing here. So please take that to yourself and very good job.